What's going on, family? Back in the lab with Abel, man. This one right here is about all the teachers that is quitting. We're gonna show several videos during this live, man. And teachers say they're hanging it up, they're done with it. This is not a profession for them anymore. And after speaking with several teachers and knowing several teachers, I have several teachers in my family. I can see why. These kids are becoming unruly, man, and parents don't give a hoot about nothing, bro. So let's get into it. I'm gonna start with this first video, then we're gonna go all the way down, go through the collage of videos I have.
I'll quit during the break because I came back to work today and there's some teachers gone. Students are asking if the teachers got fired. Of course, that's what a kid would say is like, oh, did this teacher get fired? They might have resigned. Teachers, what's going on? Did everybody resign over Christmas?
Teachers are saying that, man, listen, they got to their first half, they got to the first half of the school system, and they're saying they can't give these kids so many grades. Let me go back here. I was talking with one teacher in my family. They say if the child show up the first day and right before the end of the semester, and he passed the semester, she had to go back and change his grades to a passing grade. Now, mind you, he done missed months of school, weeks of school, no curriculum. What is going on in the school system? Are we raising idiots? I'm just gonna say, man, it's like we rely on smartphones and chat GPT, and half of these cats can't read, man. Half of these cats don't even have they're on a third grade reading level, and they're a grown man, a grown woman, and can't read. You know what I mean? Chat GPT read it to me. Siri, what they say? Come on, man, they can't even do basic math. So teachers then hit that point of saying, hey, I'm done. I can't do this no more. And so they say, hey, I hang it up. I go do me another profession, man. Don't worry about this teacher pension mess. Let's just walk away from it. And I do agree with them on to a certain extent, because I remember one time I was asked, when I was just out of work and I was just wasn't doing too much of nothing after I had first retired, and they were saying, man, you want to be a school bus driver? Hell no. I'm not knocking the school bus drivers out here. My hats go off. My hats off to the school bus driver, and my hats off to these teachers. But I can't deal with y'all unruly kids. I don't have a temperament for these unruly kids, bro. I grew up with discipline and spankings and respect, and grandma and mom, they didn't play that. So these kids right here, you can't even tell these kids what to do, nothing to do. A lot of these kids swinging on teachers. There's no way in Hades I want to be part of the school system. There's no way in Hades I want to be on driving a school bus. Man, no. Because I'm gonna be locked up. I'm gonna be locked up because one of these kids go say something slick or try you or swing on you. I'm seeing kids swinging on teachers, and then they're saying, well, the teacher should have more restraint. More restraint. This cat just swung on me, hit me in the face. My kids don't even do that. So you think I'm finna let this youngster do that to me? Hell no. I'm finna tee off on him. So that's the reason I see a lot of men and women won't get into the school stuff, man, because we don't have the temperament for these kids there, because a lot of parents, it's not with the discipline of their kids, and it's evident, and they come to the school, they can't read, they can't write, and they're very disrespectful. So let's get into the next one.
The amount of videos that keep rolling through my timeline of teachers that are not returning to the classroom after the winter break tomorrow should have you parents concerned. But let me tell you why they're not coming back. Because of the other videos that we keep seeing of you delusional ass parents and your bullshit. Case in point, there's a lady right now that is so upset. She is livid that her son cannot participate in the school play because that is a consequence from him pulling down another kid's pants at school. She said, boys will be boys.
No, boys ain't no boys. We'll be boys. We didn't do that when I was coming up. Listen, I went to school. I'm a Gen Xer, so I grew up in the late 70s, 80s, went to school. Boys ain't gonna be boys. We ain't pulling nobody pants down. We ain't playing these games out here. A lot of people doing these sexual all kind of stuff in the bathroom. And I seen the video where kids drinking liquor in the bathroom, smoking vapes. It's a lot, man. To me, this is just my opinion. I think teachers, school teachers, K through 12, should be one of the highest paid professions there are. They should be a minimum of $120,000. If you're a school teacher, you should make a minimum of $120,000. I am for school teachers because what they have to put up with these kids and with these parents, they need to be paid. They need to be compensated well. We can take care of every other person in the world and send billions of dollars across seas to this country and that country. But we won't take care of our school teachers here. We won't take care of the people that's helping to educate our young men and women out here, trying to get them to the next level. What we're trying to do is allow these kids to run the school system and run the world, and they can't even damn read. They can't even read. So if you're a school teacher, man, you should be. I wish I was in charge of the secretary. What is the Secretary of Education? The school teacher should make a minimum of $120,000. Police officers should be making a minimum. Fire department should be any military a minimum, man. Anytime you're in a public servant type of role, there should be a mandatory minimum of 6 figures. Because any day you can lose your life. You've seen and I'm speaking on even teachers. You remember, I think it was last year, the year before, 24-25, where the 6-year-old boy took a handgun and shot his teacher, man. That profession, that teacher profession is so dangerous, man. And it don't get no easier when you're dealing with that middle school where they don't know if they want to be a baby or they want to be adult. They just twins and their hormones is all over the place. So I'm hats off, man. So I can see why a lot of teachers is starting to quit and feel the pressure of coming to work and dealing with these disrespectful kids. You telling them, hey, I need you to put your cell phone down. I ain't got to do nothing. My mama don't say I ain't got to do nothing. You tell them you can't wear the bonnet, you can't wear this, or you got your shorts too short. Man, these kids are off the chain, but there's no way in hell I want to work in the school system. And hats off, because I got a lot of family members that's in the school system, from principals all the way down to school teachers. And they telling me that if you say something to the kid, the principal coming to approach you, the superintendent, the parent gonna want to have a meeting with you. The parent will show up at your classroom, want to fight you, and the parent got the nerve to say, well, if my kids don't respect you, of course they gonna call you the B word or cuss you out. Man, I ain't got time. As a retired man, retired U.S. military man, I don't have time or the patience to deal with these kids. My kids grew up in structure, they grew up with respect, and they grew up with discipline. And a lot of these kids don't have a clue what none of that shit is. Let's go to the next one.
I can't do this. I can't do it. I cannot. First day back after winter break. It's currently my prep period. I sent some worksheets to the printer because today we're gonna be doing worksheets and coloring because I can't do it. But I don't even think I can do this. Like I can't. Like I can't. I'm already here. Part of me want to call the office and be like I threw up. Like that's what I really want. Came into school today, like it's when I walked into my classroom, I screamed. Like I was like, ah! Like I screamed. Like I don't even have the words to describe how I'm feeling. Like walking back into a school building when you are a teacher after winter break, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like it. Pray for me. Pray for me. Like I'm okay.
So teachers, if you're a teacher out here and you hear this live, the winter break was difficult. Why so difficult to come back after the winter break? I kind of probably answered my own question because these damn kids so bad and these parents so hard-headed. But if you're a school teacher, most school teachers, at least the school teachers that taught me, seem like they love the profession. Is it just a paycheck these days, or you truly love that profession of teaching these kids, mentoring these kids, or what is it? Because it's a lot of these young teachers that's walking away from the profession. And then a lot of young teachers getting caught up with all these having relations with these students too. So it's a thin line with what's going on with the teaching profession right now. But I know for a fact a lot of these kids, man, a lot of these parents don't discipline their kids. They want to sit you in a corner and call it a timeout. And you put little Timmy in the corner and talking about timeout, and they say no Timmy up here doing some handies to the school system. Let me say that. I ain't never seen Lil Baba do some handies to the school system, especially when his mom and daddy tearing his hind paws out. See, I grew up in the era where we got a paddling. They had paddlings in school. I don't know what's in the school system now, evidently nothing. Maybe in school suspension or whatever, but man, dude, that teacher would wear your butt out. I remember, man, I had a teacher named Miss Grubbs, man. That teacher hit so hard, bro. I was trying to be so tough. I was tough. But by the third lick, man, I just seen that tear, that tear drop down my damn face, man. Miss Grubbs, she wasn't no big woman. She was a short, little dumpy little woman. But my goodness, she should bring that thing back. Look like she brought that thing back from the end of the school bus, bro. But I think they need to bring paddlings back. I would vote to bring paddlings back. But a lot of people are like, oh, don't touch my kids. Don't say nothing to my kids. But I agree to bring discipline back in school. Because I don't agree with that. Or if you hit a child gonna hit. No, you got some kids never got a spanking. They go out there damn terror out here. So I think we should have a vote on paddling, bro. And I think some states is trying to bring it back. You know what I mean? And I be with that. I mean, some of these kids do need their butt whipped. Let me be honest with you. Let's go to the next one.
Y'all, these young teachers are quitting left and right, all across my timeline. That's all I'm seeing. This is my last day. I did FMLA. I put in my resignation. These young teachers are not having it. You hear me? I don't know what's going on at their school. I don't know what's going on with their students, administration, but they not with the bullshit. They see that they can't handle it. They getting the fuck on. Y'all, you know what? The reason I'm not laughing at the situation because the system is broken. Seriously. It's broken. But a lot of us older teachers that have been teaching are burnt out, and there's a lot of teachers that are afraid to step out because they've been doing this so long. These young teachers are not even staying long enough to feel like that. They getting up out of there. And I really feel like us as teachers, if we are burnt out, if we are depressed, if we are having mental struggles because of the classroom, it's time to go. And we can't be afraid to do so. Y'all, teaching is a stressful job, right? No matter what grade you teach, it is difficult. It's a lot. The minute I get to the point where I'm crying, I'm depressed, I'm sad, I don't want to wake up in the morning and go to work. And y'all know what I mean. There are some days we don't want to go to work, but I'm talking about on a regular basis. It's time for me to go down to teacher retirement and get my ass the hell on and figure out what I'm going to do next. We don't have to stay in situations, y'all, we don't want to be in just because we've been doing something our whole lives. I know it's scary, but if it's that bad for you, you have got to choose you first. These young teachers are doing it. They're not playing around. They getting the hell on. Okay?
And let me tell you something. Like I said, if it ever gets that bad for me, taking my retirement money, and I'm doing what's next. Period. And the system needs to be fixed. There's too many teachers talking about quitting. Okay? The academics are a big issue. The behaviors, kids not being held responsible or accountable. We got to do better because we should not be losing teachers like this. Period, point blank.
And I 100 agree with her. I was looking at the statistics, man. They were saying there was like 3.2 million teachers last year in 2025. Right now, they estimate about 250,000 teachers have quit, which is a lot of teachers, man. A lot of teachers. And these kids out here. And a lot of kids and a lot of teachers, like I say, these kids are not being held accountable. The parents ain't being held accountable. Now I'm seeing a lot of states, like the state I'm in, state of Georgia, state of Michigan, they are punishing the parents for what these kids are doing, in which I totally agree with it. And the reason I say this is because it's like if you have an animal, you have a dog, and I'm not calling kids animals or dogs. I'm not doing that. But what I'm trying to relate this message to, if you have a dog and that dog get off the leash or get out the backyard and bite somebody, the dogs of the owner of that animal is held responsible. And if your kid go out here and hurt somebody or do something heinous, you need, especially if they're of age, under age of adult, or like I think it's 17, 18, depending on what state you're in, you need to be held responsible, man. And that's just point blank what it is. And this last video here, there's a lady that is in HR. She was telling you, do not put a 2-week notice in. If you're going to quit, just quit your job and walk away. Don't worry about putting a 2-week notice in. You know what I mean? And I'm seeing a lot of people are doing that now because I remember when I was in corporate America, if you put a 2 weeks notice in, all we did was like, hey, we're going to accept your resignation immediately and you can leave today. Now you just cut yourself out about a paycheck by 2 weeks. So I tell anybody, if you're going to quit, man, just don't show up no more. And I know a lot of people won't agree with me on that. And they was like, well, what do you go to the next job? Whatever, just tell me it's a toxic environment. I have hired people after they told me they didn't give a 2-week notice. Because one guy did say it was a toxic environment. And I was like, well, I understand because I had worked in toxic environments. So let's get to her video and let her break it down to us. About 2 week
Never
notice.
put in a 2-week notice. And let me explain before you come for me. I have been in human resources. I have been a hiring and firing manager. And your 2-week notice means diddly squat. Diddly squat. The only reason I haven't had enough coffee. The only reason an employer wants you to put in their 2-week notice is so they don't have to fill that spot, so they don't have to work that shift. If you're miserable, your manager has it out for you, and you're going to leave anyways, that 2-week notice means nothing. You don't have to put it in. If I'm hiring somebody and they come in and I ask them why they left a job, and they tell me, and I say, well, did you put in a 2-week notice? And they say no. I'm not going to hire somebody because they didn't put in a notice. Because I've worked places that are a toxic hell, and I've quit. That don't mean I'm a shoddy employee or I'm not loyal or this and that. That's the problem. Too many employees are too loyal to employers that could give two shits about you. Don't worry about a 2-week notice.
And I agree with her 100%. Because I have quit places that I just wasn't a good fit for me. So I tell people, that's why I tell people, hey, if you don't like it here or like it there, walk away from it. I told my kids that. Walk away from it. Hell, just don't either put it on your resume or tell them, hey, you can't contact my employer because this is the reason why it was a toxic environment, wasn't healthy. I felt bullied. Nobody did anything to me. It's ways around everything. I'm just being honest with you. So, but with that said, man, hey, Big ups to teachers. I hope teachers get every dime they deserve. Like I say, teachers, police officers, firemen, military, man, y'all should be minimally paid. I don't minimally paid $120,000 because of what y'all have to put up with, man. Put any public servant job, bro, because it's a lot of foolishness and BS y'all got to do. But with that said, man, I'm Abru, man.